Okay. So in the last session, we were discussing about the Tableau, its properties like live, extract, live and extract connections. I told you about the main things in this, like one is data, second is visualizations, then filters. Then we discussed about the live and extract connections. Okay, and then dimension measures. Okay, the way the data is shown in Tableau. Okay, here you see you have all these sheets. Okay, so here you have all these columns like I told you about live and extract. So any doubts in this? Any doubts in this?
Still background noise coming. Actually, I'm not able to hear you properly. There's a background noise.
Is it fine now? Is it fine now?
Yes, it is fine now.
Okay. So we have discussed about like live and extract connections. You've seen the data, like, so how do you load the data? So I'll just load it again. So we'll just see file.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just close. Okay, this is your, like, whenever you open it in Tableau desktop, then you will see this. Okay, so the first thing what you see here is like all your data to files, to server, data sources and all. So as of now, like, I can connect to Microsoft Excel. Okay, or I can, these two files are already there, save data sources, that we call save data sources. So you can save any number of data sources. Okay, you can save any number of data sources. So here, if you want to save it, you can just open it. So I'll just close this. So here you have worksheet. So make say worksheet and clear is there. So here we are not doing anything. So just go to data source. Okay. So now here when you say, like, say I have selected that file, and here you see all the sheets are coming up, orders, people, returns and all. So here, like, what I'll do, I'll just want to select a particular table. Orders I have selected here. Here's your, on the top you see that, like, whether it's a live connection or extract connection. I told you about the advantage and disadvantage of live and extract. So live and extract is a way by which live connection will always be connected to your sources, the data source, data table, whatever you have. Okay, and extract is like the particular data will be saved in the Tableau. Okay, and then you have filters.
Live is real time, right?
Live is real time, exactly. So live is real time. So whenever you have any, like, a new refresh, you can new data, just say refresh, new data will be loaded into your Tableau report, like a Tableau dashboard. Extract means, like, if new data is there or not, so your dashboard will not be updated until unless you make it as live, change it to refresh, then only it will be refreshed. Okay, you have to do it. Okay, now you have filters. So let's suppose data might be a, like, huge volume. Okay, let's say for global data and all that, but your requirement is to load only particular data set. Okay, your requirement is to load only particular data set. So you can apply the filters from here. So just say add, and then add the filters what we have seen last time. Okay, so you can select any of the columns. These are all columns what you have in the data, and then these like values and all that will come up here. So let's say I have region or something. I have these 4 regions. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so here, like, I have selected region, and here you have all the 4 regions, and based on that, whatever you want, you can select that. There are other things like wildcard, conditions, get top, that we'll see in coming sessions. So general, so this is general filter. Okay, then you have wildcard filter. Okay, so where you can match any particular value.
Sorry. How did you come to the screen? I just missed it. How did you come to the screen?
So here, just click on add here on the top, filters, say add. Okay, here you have added data source filters. Okay, click on add.
Okay.
Select any of the columns. Okay, I select a region. Okay, say okay, double click on that, or say okay. You have 4 columns here, 4 values here. You can select any of the values for which you want to load the data. Okay, or you can just say select from list, or you can have custom value list. You can create your custom value list. You can create it. Okay, use all means all the values will be used. Okay, next you have wildcard. Wildcard is nothing but like here you have some matching values. So you can say like say it should come, let's say CEN. So let's say anything like you have something related to that, then contains. So it should contain CEN, then only data will be loaded. Okay, starts with. If you say starts with, then anything which starts with CEN, only that data will be loaded. If you say ends with, then it will say like then like on anything which ends with CEN, then it will be loaded. Exactly matches. So anything which only matches CEN, then only it will be loaded. So I can say here like say I can say east, then what will happen? Only east data will be loaded. Other than east, nothing will be loaded. Okay, exactly matches. So this is called wildcard. Then you have conditions. Okay, so then you have conditions. Condition is nothing but none, means no condition. By field, you can apply some condition, let's say category. Okay, so you have category or you have country or whatever. Okay, let's say country. Okay, if count, minimum, maximum, it should be this much. Okay, so this will be like based on some sales numbers or something. Okay, so sales numbers, sum of sales or average of sales equal to whatever you have defined. Or you can give minimum maximum values also. So you can say load, so your minimum maximum values will be loaded. Okay, so let's say 56. Okay, sum of 6 5 6. Okay, then you say load, then based on that only that particular data will be loaded. You can apply a formula. So here you can write some formula that based on that only data will be loaded. So this is conditions. We will see this coming sessions. So then you have top. Top is like top 10 categories by sales or by whatever. So here top 10 category. So you can take top 10 cities, only load top 10 cities, or top 10, let's say customers. Okay, or let's say top 10 sales. Okay, top 10 total sales. So now I'll get only top 10 total sales. Okay, or by formula. Then again you can just say top 10. Okay, bottom 10 by any particular column. So that thing you can define it. So these are the different set of filters which are used to limit the data while loading it. Okay, so this is the filters which you apply before loading the data. You will be asked how many filter types are there and how many like what is the way of adding it. This is an interview question. Okay, this will definitely will be asked. Filters is one of the questions which is normally asked in interviews. Okay, so what we have to say in this, like filters are first thing. First filters are data source filters, which we are seeing currently. Under data source filters, what happens, like we can apply the filters on the data and load only that particular exactly data into our Tableau instance. Okay, Tableau workbook. So what we call it, this thing, workbook. Okay, and then we have quick filter. Okay, and different other filters. What we'll see in the real time, like when we work on the other reports and dashboards. Okay, so this way, I'm not loading any data. Okay, I'm not applying any filters. I'm loading all the data here. So this is like your preview data source. So this is the preview data source. What you're seeing it here. Okay, then you have like this thing, manage metadata. Okay, so when you click on this, your metadata will be seen. So column name, table. Okay, remote field name. Okay, remote field name you can change it. Okay, so here you see you can rename it, copy values, hide, alias, create calculated field. You can create new columns from here itself. Create group. We will see discuss group and all these things. Split. You want to split a column? Custom split. Pivot. Pivot for this you need to select multiple columns. Describe. So this you want to describe this column, you can describe it. Say that click load to retrieve. So just like role dimension description, database column and all that. You want to load the description and all that. So just say load and then here you see these are the values. So these are the values for order ID. So these are the order ID values. Okay, so here you see this. Okay, so close it. So these are the options what you can do from this. So under tables you cannot modify anything. Okay, here you have order ID. This is again going to give you same thing. So here you can do from here. So let's say order ID, or here you have, let me have something. Okay, so order ID is there. Let me just rename it to order number. Okay, so I'll say order number. So I can name it anything. So based on my requirement, I can name it. So remember, this will not change. Remote field name. See here, it will not change. Okay. Whatever I'm clicking anywhere, only this is changing. This is the field name. What was the original?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
Yeah, I lost you for like 2 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess my connection is working
It's fine. I can. Yeah, no, sorry. I don't know why. It's fine now.
Okay. So what I was telling you that, like I told you, like I just did what I did. I just like renamed this column. Earlier it was order ID. I have changed it to order number. Because of whatever you do, click anywhere, right click on that, you will get these options. So rename, reset name. Okay. You want to say reset, it will come to original name. Say reset name, it will come to order ID. Here you see, it came to original name. Okay, so like this you can do lot of things here. So this is under option called second option. This, like here you have 4 lines with dots, manage metadata and sort field. So you want to sort it. So you want to sort it, data sort order A to Z, Z to A to Z, ascending per table, Z to A, like all that. Okay. So this is about that working on the data. So see, working on the data is very important. You have to see that how the things are there. Okay. Next thing what you have, this is a string column. Here you see, I hope you are aware of string, integer, real things. Are you aware of that? What is string column? What is real column? What is, yeah. The string column means anything which is text. Okay. Integer means only 1, 2, 3, 5 or 1, 6, 7. These are all integer. Real is like anything real number means, okay, real number is 1.45 like this. Anything decimal is called real. Okay, anything decimal is called real. Okay, so here we have the data types. So order ID. Order ID is alphanumeric value. So alphanumeric will always be string. Okay, so here you see, this is the, so just click on that. Here you see, just click on that. Here you see number, number decimal, okay, whole, date and time, date, string, boolean is true or false. Okay, default. By default, it is automatically taking it as string. Suppose that my Tableau, I am loading the data and it took that as a wrong data type. So we call this data types. We call this, remember, data types are very important. These will be used in SQL also. So data type of the column. So we call it column data type. Okay, data type of the column. Sorry, this is data type. Okay, so this is very important. So here you can change it according to your requirement. So let's suppose this is not taking as a string, then you can change it to a string. Okay, this is date. Here you see the date icon, calendar kind of icon. This tells you that this is a date column. Okay, this is only having date. If it is having date and time, then it will be this one selected. Okay, ship date is also a date. Orders. Orders is a string column. Like this, if you come down, here is a city. So city and all that, it is also like string column, but that is geographical code. Okay, geographical values. So that's the reason, like here you see the globe kind of icon is coming up here for 4 items. Column, country, state, city, and postal code. Okay, here you see these are called numbers. So that is what I told you, measures. So these are coming as, if you just click on that, this is coming as number decimal because this is decimal numbers. Okay, here you have sales. So I'll get sales 93.2 and all that stuff. This is all I'm going to get this way. Okay, quantity. Quantity again a number, whole number. So this way, like data types are also shown in the data. So now after checking the data, okay, what do? We have to log in. So now say, suppose sometimes what happens, we have to modify the data. See, I told you like earlier that data may not come in the right shape. Okay, we have to modify. So we might need to pivot from here and all that. So how will you do the pivot? So you have to select some columns, multiple columns. With one column, pivot will not work. So you have to select some columns. Okay. Select column, then right click and say pivot. Okay. So when you say pivot, what will happen? Your data will be pivoted in. So you will get a new column and a new two. What you will get? You will get two new columns actually. So here you see, pivot is created, and at the end you will get two columns. Here you profit bin, okay, and manufacturer. Okay, so this way, like here you have pivoted field name. Sorry, pivot field names here and pivot field values. So this is order date, ship date, all that came into this column. Okay, so this way, like you can do the pivot. This is not the right example of pivot. I'll show you that what kind of data you have and how you have to do the pivot. Then I'll show you this thing. So this was not the right example. I've just showed you that option. But for working on pivot, we have to work on a real time data. So that will be the real data what I'll be showing you. So here we have. So next thing what you have to do after that we have done this data thing. Next thing we have to go to sheet. So right now we are in the data source tab. Here you see data source. So here we can have multiple data sources. We can have multiple data sources. Right now this is data source. I can name it, edit connection or rename it. Okay, so I can change it Superstore, let's say. Okay, I can change it to Superstore and this will be done. Which is coming from a Microsoft Excel. Okay, I want to add more connections. Okay, so I can add from here. Okay, so what I'll do, let me just add it just for the purpose. I'm just adding. Okay, so I'm into this. Okay, so I'm just copying some file here. Let's say I can copy it on desktop. So I have just copied an Excel file here. So just copying an Excel file. Okay, this is XLX. So it is not coming in the that thing icon because Office is not installed. But if I load it in Tableau, it will be readable. Okay, I want to load any new file. So say just add. Okay, from where you want to load. So just say Microsoft Excel. Okay, go to your desktop. Here you see this XLX file is here. So just load this. Okay, here you are. So you got one more file here. So you got one more file which is having only one sheet. So it is saying, do you want to merge this orders table to sheet 1? Do you want to do it? No, I don't want to do it because here you see nothing is matching. Here you see the data, exclamatory mark is coming.
Yeah.
So nothing is matching.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it. This is a separate connection. Okay, so don't do it. It is not a related data. It is a separate connection. So in real time, we might have to work on multiple sources. That is one thing what you have to understand. That in real time, we will be working on multiple data sources coming from multiple places or multiple files. Okay, so this thing here you see. So here we have the source, Superstore, and here we have the separate data training. So here what I'll do, I'll just drag it here. Okay, these are the column coming from the new sheet, new table. Okay, so this way we'll be loading multiple tables. So as of now, this is just for example. I'll just remove it and we'll work on Superstore. So just drag it here. Okay, here is your data. The next thing what you do is going to sheet 1. So now from now on, load data is loaded. We have modified data, whatever we have done, we will do it later also. So from here the sheet starts. From here sheets are started. Sheets is nothing but where you will be creating your views. So we call it views. Remember the terms. You have to remember the terms. Like if you are going for some video or something, you have to remember the terms. So terms here is views. So what will start? Multiple sheets. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go to sheet 1. In a sheet, I can create only one visualization, remember. In a sheet, I can create only one visualization. If I have to create a report where I have 4 or 5 visualizations, then I need to create 4 or 5 sheets and merge them into a dashboard. Getting it? Okay. Now, what you have to do?
Okay.
Here you see that like I am into sheet 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Here
This is
sorry.
you're saying we can create a visualization only for one sheet.
I'm saying that in a sheet we can create only one chart at a time, one visualization at a time. Okay, I'll show you. Don't worry about it. I'll show you. So this is sheet 1.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Under that, like here you see the that like data source name, sample superstore. Okay, and these are the dimensions. What I showed you. Okay, these are dimensions. These are measures, means numerical values, and here this just parameters, automated parameters. I have not created this, but automatically comes. No issues in that. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to create some kind of like visualization. So I want to do something with, let's say, sales. I have to create a visualization with sales. Okay, that is what your requirement. So your requirement, they ask you, your user asks you to create a sales versus region analysis. Okay, so what you will do? So you will just select this and drag it on your rows. Getting it? Then I want to do with custom like region or something like that. Okay, any of the columns. So based on my requirement, let's suppose I want to see region. So I'll take it on columns. So remember, columns means string values. Rows means this thing. If you take like this, what will happen? You see it. So you can try it. Just try all that. So you will get this kind of view. If you put region this side, you will get a horizontal bar. That is how it all depends on you, that what kind of like appearance you want, what kind of view you want. Getting it?
Okay.
Okay, I'll just say you can you can just like say undo to get back. Okay, so this is how like I got a bar chart. So bar chart is very important visualization, very important visualization, where like I show that like how is the sales are going through all the regions. That is the very important KPI, key performance indicator, KPI. Okay, so here we seeing like here we see that sales, we see that for every region. Here you see at the bottom of the page, you see region, and here you are sales from 0 to 700,000, and here you go. Now what do you want? I want to have, okay, this is fine. Your user says, okay, this is fine. This is good requirement, or like up to my mark. What is I was asking, but I want to see some colors. So like, can you show me each region should be in different color? That is what actually you want to see. It is right now. It is coming with all the 4 in same color, but I want to see in the different color. So what you will do? So region, select the region and drop it on your colors. This colors here, you see this? You drop it here. So you will get 4 different colors for region, because you have 4 values. So obviously 4 different colors will come. Now it's looking good. So remember, these are called marks. I'll discuss this thing in detail. So this is called marks. These are called marks card actually. These are called marks card. Okay. So here we have like by region. Now your user says, okay, this is fine, but I want to see state wise also. Can you bring up states here? Can you bring the states here? Okay, this is fine. I'm getting the state wise results, but can you get the states also here? What I'll do, just say states and bring it here. Can you see this? Getting it?
Yeah.
So now every region is divided into different states.
Yes.
Like whatever states I have. So for central region I have Illinois and all that stuff. Okay. For east I have all this. Okay. So all that. Color defines like which color is for which region. So here I can define which color is for which region. Okay. This color is for which region. Here is central, east, south, and west. Okay. So this way, like I can identify that I have created this thing. Now my user says, okay, this is fine, but I want to see the labels on this also. What I want to see that I can see bringing my cursor on anything, like I can see that region is state is Texas, sorry, region is Central, state is Texas, sales is $170,000. Okay, and so this is all like, can you show me these all things? Yes, we can show. So what I have to do for that? This is called labels. And right now what you're seeing in the white box, this is called tooltip. Please note down all these things, labels, tooltip. These are the things like what is going to be used in your day-to-day activities. This is what you will be doing in day-to-day activities.
Okay. It is tooltips, right?
Yeah, right now what you're seeing in this white box, this thing, when I'm bringing my cursor on any of the bar, this thing, region East, New York, this is called tooltip. My user is asking you that, okay, this is fine, but I want to see labels on this thing, numbers, sales numbers on each bar, so that I can easily refer them. I don't need to bring the cursor. I can easily refer them. Here I can easily see that, okay, Texas is giving me the highest sales. Here New York is giving me the highest sales. But can you show me the numbers? Yes, we can do that. So for that, what we have to do?
Yeah.
So we have to just say sales and bring it on labels. Drag and drop it on sales. Here you have. Getting it? Getting it?
So you have placed the sum of sales under mark.
No, I have not used sum of sales.
Label.
Under labels, okay, but I have just dragged sales, not sum of sales. Automatically it got aggregated.
Okay.
Automatically it got aggregated. Okay. So this is like one sheet. Okay. Here, like it is one sheet. I'm just giving an example what you will be doing in day-to-day activities. Okay. Here you can just name it sheet name. You can do it from here. Okay. Or you can do it from here also. Just say sales analysis. Okay, sales analysis. Here you see it came up here. Okay, so this is the sheet name for. This is not a dashboard. Remember, this is not a dashboard. This is sheet name. Okay. Now I will go. I want to create a new sheet. I want to create a new visualization. So new visualization I cannot create on this. Okay, at a time I can create only one visualization at a time. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create a new page, what we call it new sheet. The way you create in Excel, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, same thing you are going to do it here. So new worksheet, just click on that. First, this first plus icon is for sheet, second plus icon is for dashboard, we'll see it. Then third icon is for story. So we will have three things in this. First is sheet, dashboard and story. And whatever under sheet you have this thing, this is called view. This is called view. So I'll create a new sheet. Here, view. Okay. Here I want to do something, let's say profit. So what I'll do, I'll just same thing, say drag profit here, and I want to do it by, let's say product, something different. Okay. Say subcategory. In this I have category. Where is subcategory? Okay, so here I have subcategory. So initially, like I'll do category here. Okay, I have three categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. Okay, now what should I do to subcategory? Tell me, what should I do to add the subcategory? I have to drag. If it is very big list, then you can search from here also. So this is the search option. Okay, or like this is view data, or you can just search here. So subcategory. So when you say sub, that column will be shown here, and just drag and drop it on columns. Here you see, just close this. So here you are getting. Now I want to add colors in this. What should I do? I want to add colors in this. What should I do? Okay, so what I have to do to add the colors in this? So what I'll do, say product category. Where is product category? Which is my this thing. So I'll just drag it on color marks card. Here you see. From here I could see that this is my profit for all the products. Okay, all the products what I have. Because like my connection is working fine. Can you refresh your one?
Yeah, it's
Can you?
working now.
Okay, so I guess like from my side it's working fine. I'm just refreshing it. It's working fine.
Yeah, the connection is showing
Your connection?
weak from my side.
Okay, no
Yes.
problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'll repeat it again. So this way, like here I have used profit, category and subcategory. So I'm doing a profit analysis by category and subcategory. Category is my product name, okay, product category, and subcategory is the subproducts, okay, where I have used this thing. Now I want to use a color, then I have used category into my colors card, okay, colors card. So now here you see the color, furniture, office supplies, and technology is coming. Okay, this way. Now I have created two sheets. I'll name it as profit analysis. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have created two sheets here, sales analysis and profit analysis. Okay. Now, what I have to do, and remember, like I have not added any filters here. So what I'll do, I'll go to the sales and I apply a filter. What filter you want to apply? So date or region, something like that. So let's take a date column. So where is date columns? Where it will come? It will come in dimensions. So ship date and order date. So I want to add order date. Where is order date? So just use this, drag it and add it into filters. Add this into filters. When you say range of date, related dates or range of dates, I want to see range of dates. Say next. Okay, this is how like it will be shown, range of dates, okay, or relative dates. That's your wish, like how you want to see it. Okay, so this way, year, quarter, month, I want a range of dates. Say apply, say okay. Here you see it is applied here, but it is not coming in the view, isn't it? It is not coming in the view. So what I have to do, I have to just click on this small arrow. Okay, this is what I'm showing currently. I'll discuss each and everything, property to everything. But what I'm showing you currently, you should be familiar that what kind of work you will be doing. If I start you the basic thing like what, then you will not be having a picture in your mind that what kind of work you have to do. So this is what I'm showing you, what you will do in real time. Okay, that's one of the real time report which I have created many times. Okay, this is one of the real time report what I have created. So I have to just click on the small icon. Here you see there is a small icon over here, white, okay, arrow kind of thing. Just click on that and say show filter. So when you say show filter, then only it will be added in the view. Otherwise, it will stay here. It is of no use. So say show filter and it will pop up here. Here you see, it's giving me a range.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say I want to add region also. Let's suppose I want to add region. So just same thing. You can do it from here also. Show filter from directly from here or add it here. It's your choice. So when I say show filter here, it will be added here and here also. Okay. These are multiple things which you have to like according to the way you like to have. Okay, just drag and drop it here or just click from here also, same thing. So here you can see that I have added a range filter, region filter and order date filter. I will put order date on top, so just drag and drop it again here, so just to arrange the things. Region should be on top so that my user can see that what is the color codes and everything. This is the same thing. Now under this, if I go to profit analysis, I don't see those filters. I don't see those filters. So do I need to add them again here? No. What I can do, this is very real-time question. So this will be interview question. I have filters in one page and I want to apply in other pages. How will you do it? So this is very real-time question. You will be asked definitely this question. Because this is what like we'll be doing in our session. So as soon as we cover the topic, I'll cover the question from the topic which can be asked. So under filters, this question will be asked. I have filters in one page, okay, one sheet. I have multiple sheets which are based on same source. Source means data source. Here I have Superstore. How will you do it? Okay, under this, what you have to do, your answer will be, see, we can go to the filter. There is a small arrow. Just click on that, and there is an option called Apply to Worksheets. Okay, apply to worksheets. Then this option is there, all using related data source. all sheets which are using this as a related data source. In this case, current case, we don't have a related data source. Which means I don't have table 1, table 2, which is related to each other. In your case, let's say in your case, if you know that VLOOKUP kind of thing, okay, VLOOKUP kind of thing, when you say VLOOKUP, your table 1 or sheet 1 is linked to sheet 2, isn't it? Because using a
Yes.
column. Same thing. In related means I have created a relation between one sheet to one table to another table. Okay, that relation is done using some matching column, the way you do the VLOOKUP. Same way, if I have table 1, right now I have only one, let's say suppose I have table 1, table 2, then what it is saying, the method is saying that apply this filter to all those sheets which have related data. Okay, so let's suppose this is sales analysis coming from table 1, profit analysis coming from table 2, and both are related. So what will happen? The filter will be applied to all the sheets. Now, second thing is saying all using this data source. So apply to all those sheets which is using this data source. So in my case, both these files are using, both these sheets are using the same data source. So I have to select here this one. Then I have selected worksheets. If I have 5, 10, 20 worksheets, then I can select particular one, whichever I want. In this case, only 2 are there, so I can select any, both of them. So this is very important. We'll be seeing when we'll work on this multiple sheets and all. Then we'll see. In this case, what I've used, all using this data source. So when I say all using data source, select this. Same thing I have to do it for region. Apply to worksheets, all using this data source. Okay. If I go to profit analysis, okay, here you see it is coming up here. Here you see filters. It is coming up here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though it's
Yes.
not coming here, no issues, but it is already applied. Now, I have created 2 visualizations. Now I want to create a dashboard. See, these are just views on sheets. If I have to send it to a user, I won't send it like this. I won't publish this report dashboard like this. What I'll do, I will create a dashboard. So now I can keep creating multiple sheets based on my requirement. But let's suppose this was my requirement to have a sales analysis by region and states, and another was profit analysis by products and subcategories, categories and subcategories. Let's suppose, okay, and provide the filters for order date and region. So this is all like will be asked you, like provide these filters, provide this kind of analysis and all. I can do a lot of things, but this is just a like requirement. So what I'll do, I'll now create dashboard. Here you see, this is dashboard. I will name this as, let's say, Superstore dashboard. Let's say I'll name this as Superstore dashboard. Okay. So this is the name of the dashboard. Here you see the difference between that. This sheet is like sheet 1, sheet 2, but this is dashboard. So remember the difference between that. Now I have added dashboard. When I say dashboard, I have all the sheets. I will see all the sheets, whatever I have created. Right now I have created 2 sheets. So under sheets option, I'll see all the 2 sheets, both the 2 sheets. Okay. But if I have 10, 20 sheets, I will see all those sheets here, which you will see in coming sessions. So what I have to do, I have to create a view where both the visualization will be on the same page, isn't it? That is what how like real time we present the information. Okay, so what I'll do, and and it is asking you for what kind of like purpose you are using this dashboard. So whether you are creating it for desktop browser, okay, here you see the options. Remember, like in the introduction session, I told you that we can create mobile applications and all that stuff. Okay, so this here like we define all that stuff. So generic dashboard, which is have a like screen resolution of 1366 to 768. Desktop browser, full screen, laptop browser, web page embedded, or blog embedded. You can embed your report and dashboard to a blog. Okay, small blog embedded, column, story, letter portrait, landscape, A3 portrait, A3, A4 visualization. Okay, all this custom visualization. Okay, so this is all like which you can do from here. Okay, mobile devices and all that stuff is also there. So here you see custom, you can define your own things. Okay, so you can define the custom size, fixed size, okay, automatic range, whatever. Okay, so this way you can define the what kind of layout you want. So device preview, okay, so then you have the layout here. Okay, So here you have the layout like the Superstore dashboard, floating or border, background, okay, all that stuff. So right now we are in this. Okay. Now you want to just, what you will do? Okay, these are the objects. Whether you want to create this visualization like this, horizontally like this, or you want to add them horizontally or vertically. You want to add some image, you want to add some web page, okay, or you want to add a blank space. Okay, so let's say I just want to have a vertical thing. So I'll just drag blank objects or this vertical objects. Under this, what I'll do, I will just say drop, drag, okay, drag and drop. Here you like this, okay, and same thing I'll say profit. So just take the, okay, here you see I got this thing. Okay, so profit analysis, sales analysis. I can just drag and drop here like this. So I can close this from here and sales on top. Okay, like this. So this is a view what we're getting. Here you see that like I have sales, I have states and everything. Okay, so device preview. So you can say device preview just to see that whether it's looking good or not. Okay, here you have. Okay, so this is, so whether on now you on the device preview, on which, for which device you are creating, for tablet, for phone, default. Okay, that you can define here. Model, so generic laptop. Here you see iPad portrait. If you are doing it for tablet or phone, then which phone? iPhone 7 Plus. So this is what like it is giving you. You can have a view for any kind of like layout, any kind of like device. So iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 7, okay, iPhone 6s Plus, 6 Plus, 6s, 6, 5, Samsung Galaxy. All these things are there, and you can see all that stuff. So here you have switched to landscape mode. So this is the landscape mode. Okay, so here you see this is this much it will shown. It will be shown. Here you see this. This black box is coming on the top. This is a view of your report which will be shown to the user. Okay, so this is the landscape mode. Okay, this is your full screen, that kind of mode. Switch to landscape. This is your vertical mode. Okay, so this way like you can define it for any kind of thing. So by default it is like this. And what else is there?
Do you have a common view, like we have the view for desktop or the iPhone 7, 6 and 5?
No, common views will not be working, but here if you have desktop browser, then you can define. Mostly like it will be working, so it will be like automatically adjusted to the screen. Okay, it will be automatically adjusted to the screen that you have to see. Fixed size, so automatic. So if you say automatic, then what will happen? This dashboard will resize to fit any screen it is displayed on. Now you can use it in like any kind of screen. It will be automatically adjusted. Getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have to select automatic. So that's what you have to see. Say, see, this is one small things, but these are the things what will be playing a very key role in the user experience. If like you are not selecting automatic, then what will happen? It might work in desktop, okay, but it may not work correctly in my like let's say big screen, or let's say small screen laptop or desktop. Okay, in that case user will not feel good and they will complain and they will send an email that it's not working perfectly and all that stuff. This is the common thing what we normally get from users, the feedback. Okay, now like here you have the entire view. Okay, so here you have entire view, standard, fit width, fit height, entire view. So I want to see entire view in a single page. Earlier, remember, I was getting a scroll just a couple of minutes back. I was getting a scroll. So I need to scroll back. Okay, but now it's not. Okay, so this is how like sales analysis and profit analysis is coming. Now, if I apply the filter, so what I have to do now? I have to publish it. So what I'll do, I'll go to server. I will say publish it. I have to say first of all sign in. So sign into my server. So when I say sign in, what will happen? I need to connect to the server. Which server I want to connect? Okay. In my case, if I have server installed, then only I can connect to it. Okay. And server is there. I will install a server. and then I'll show you all that stuff, like how to connect, how to publish the report for end users. Okay, so this way, like here you have right now, like you can publish it on Tableau Public. You can publish it on Tableau Public. So what you have to do, you have to say Tableau Public, open from, or save to Tableau Public, save to Tableau Public as. So Tableau Public is like you can say the cloud version of Tableau, where you can just create your own account. You can also create, so that thing you can always see that how your dashboard are created and how those are published to the users. What is the look and feel? I don't remember I remember my username, but I don't remember my password, which I have to reset it. So I'll show you like in the next session. This thing I'll publish on public and I'll show you. Even I'll show it on the real server only. Okay, but Tableau Public also
Okay.
will show you. So you will get both idea. So this thing, like people may ask you how to publish a report. Some people, I have seen that some like people who are working on like the Tableau, they know like to create reports, okay, but they don't know like how to publish. So see, this what happens with lot of people who just get trained and go for a job or go in the market, okay. Okay, in this case, what happens? People, and I have seen this thing, like people come to me and say that, can you help us understanding the real environment, how it looks, and all that. In this case, if I don't tell you this thing, and if I just go through the sessions, complete training in desktop, you will not be aware that how to publish the reports, how the things are seen by users, what they will do, how they will apply the filters and everything. Okay, so now you have three things here: sales analysis, profit analysis, and superstore dashboard. You have to publish only this dashboard page. You are not going to publish these two. You're only going to publish this one, which is already having these two. Okay, this is how like things will work. So in real time, so you remember. So go to dashboard. Okay, go to server on top. Sign in. When you say sign in, you will be signed into your server, and then you will have an option save as to server. So this way, what will happen? This is how like you will be publishing the dashboard, what you call. And whenever you publish a dashboard, it will be saved in the like your project repository in your Tableau server, which I'll show you. And you remember I told you that whenever any report is generated or dashboard is saved, a URL are generated. A unique URL of every report is generated. See, if you want, you have LinkedIn profile. Okay, so you are the user of LinkedIn profile. If you send it to me, you have a unique username. Okay, I have like my username.
Yes.
Someone else will have their own username. So whatever profile is created on LinkedIn or any other social network, they have their own unique username. Okay, so two reports or two profiles cannot be having same unique name. That's what in every kind of reporting. Here, whenever we save anything, any report or dashboard story on server, then a unique URL is generated for every report. So it will be like say server name, okay, HTTPS. So that will be like starting, okay, / server name, okay, then your report name completely like this it will come, okay, XYZ and all that. So this way like it is your reporting. So this will generate. You have to share this URL to your end users. So you will send it through email or other communication that, hey Mike, I have created this report and dashboard on store analysis, and please have a look at that. I have used sales analysis, profit analysis with these filters. Please have a look and provide your feedback. If everything goes fine, then this will be migrated to new environment, next environment. That is, like we follow development, UAT, and production environment. I hope you will be aware of that. Okay, so whatever you are working, you follow this thing only. Okay, so no matter like in which domain, which technology you work, but people follow the same thing. Okay, here you might be aware of this thing: development environment, UAT or test environment. You can call it test also. Okay, and then you have production environment. Are you aware of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing here, and also like in Tableau also you will have three environments. You as a developer might be working directly in the web development environment. Then this will be migrated to test environment for testing and everything. Then when everything goes fine, it will be migrated to production environment for end user consumption. So this is the one thing what you will be doing. So this is how like the dashboard will be published. Now user will come and see the same thing. They will not see all that stuff. They will just see the view. I'll show you like in the next session perfectly. So what will happen? Now my user will apply the filters. Here you see, if I apply the filters, Here you see both the visualizations are changing. Getting it?
Yeah.
Both the visualizations are
Yes.
changing. Here you see this one is also changing and the top one is also changing. Okay, I have
Yes.
another filter called date. I'll apply the range here. So I'll change it range. Here you see instantly other visualizations, every number is changing. Here you see I'll apply another. Here you see numbers are changing, everything here also and there also. So this is how like your filters will be applied. So this way you can just bring all, okay, and refresh it. So this way like what will happen, you can just bring all your filters, everything back to normal. So this is the like how your users are going to play around with the data and all. So this is called sheet 1, sheet 2, and you have to bring it in your dashboard. Then we have something called story. So this is something advanced we will see in coming session, but still you see story, you know, the PowerPoint presentations and all. Okay, so PowerPoint presentation are like completely static, you know that. Okay, where we put the text and we can create a presentation kind of thing. Okay, stories are also used for the same purpose, but here we can filter the data, we can create a story which will be like say like telling us like it's, see for story we say that story is a kind of presentation which helps to see the data and which will itself will help us know that what all is happening in the data. Okay, it's a presentation only, the way you do the PowerPoint presentations. Here we do the story presentation. So it is a story presentation which we create in Tableau, so which we'll see in coming session, but like that is a long time to work on that. So this is how like you will be creating a complete report and dashboard. Now under this like you have this thing, your columns. Now we start with the small things. Okay, this is your data source on the top. Okay, this is your primary data source which is coming in the green color. Can you see this? This is green color. Can you see this?
Yeah.
If I go to data,
Yeah.
I have options. New data source. I want to add a new data source. So when I say new data source, it will ask me from where you want to load. I can just click on that and I can just load a new data. Okay. So new data is loaded, store location and all that stuff. Okay. So just say sales analysis. Here you see it is a new. It is not showing you in the same. It is coming as a new data source. Right now, what few columns you see? This is for second. So you have to select. Make sure that you are selecting here. Now you will try to see. Okay, let me add sales or profit. But here you don't have the profit. Actually, what is happening? You have not selected the right data source. So select the right data source to see there its columns. You see now its columns are showing up here. So this is what this your primary data source. This is your secondary data source. Now, if you go to data, then you have relationship.
What does the green symbol indicate?
Green symbol is nothing but this is going to tell you that this is your primary data source. Green means primary, the first data source which you created. Okay. Now this is all the columns what you see: dimension, measure, sets, and parameters. Now come to pages. So here you add a pages, so you can create more pages or hide card. Okay, so pages can be created from here. Here you have filters. Okay, you see this like what is pages like in real time, but just to have a discussion, I'm just going through that. Filters. So here you see that filters are created. Okay, filters. So you can add the columns here, and all those filters will be showing up here. Then this is called marks card. We call it marks card. Okay, marks card. Under marks card we have a lot of things. Okay, so under that we have colors, we have size, we have labels. Okay, we have details, we have tooltip. So these are the all things. So if you want to add colors, drag the column or like your values on this. Drag dimension or measures here, or click for more options. So when you click on that, you will get modification things, added color, opacity, effects. You want to see the effects and all that. Okay, so you can do all that. Added colors, you can change the color. Right now, central is in blue. You don't want to see blue. Okay, you can just change it to this. Okay, select this color. Okay, assign palette. Okay, and say apply. So this way, like your palette, or you can have this thing like another palette thing, gradient. We call it gradient kind of thing. You can do it here. Okay, then you have size. You want to apply the size of the like bars or anything, you can drag and drop here. So you can just drag. Here you see the size of the bar is decreasing. Here you see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can change the sizes of from here. Okay, here you see it's in bigger shape. Then labels. Labels I already told you. We'll see this thing in coming session again. Marks to label all or whatever is selected, only that. So when you say selected, now what will happen? The labels will be shown, but whatever is selected, only that will be shown. Here you see, this is called showing labels only on the marked values. Okay, or selected values, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this is labels, automatic, selected, min, max, highlighted, and all that. Details. Details is nothing but like here what you see, any value, any detail of the particular column, you can drop it here. Okay, drag and drop on measures here, drag dimensions on measures here. Tooltip. So tooltip is nothing like you can just drag and drop any of the column here. So right now I'm showing like region, state, and sales. Let's suppose I want to see what else I have here. Uh, Region, state, and sales. Okay, let's say let me add something. Let's say uh, what should I do? So row ID, let's say. So row ID on the tooltip. Okay. So here you see row ID is not coming, so I have to modify this thing to get the row ID. Okay. This is coming attribute. So what is attribute? What is like how to remove it? So that we'll see. Okay. Okay. Total row ID 1128. Okay. So count of row ID is coming like this. So this all like we have to see that what's like how to remove it, how to use it. Because that all we see. Okay, so this is tooltip. So we can add more and more information. You can drag and drop it here or just like add here. So this is also editable. Okay, then the fonts and everything, whatever you want. Okay, this is going to be shown in the bold, italic, okay, and color. So that is all like you can use. Now even we can use the charts on colors. Okay, charts on this tooltip and all. That is very advancing, recently introduced in 7.10.5. So here you see the color is changed for region, so central. So this way like we'll see the things. Here you see for this thing row of point ID 82 and all 1128. This is 587. Okay, 383. So this way like data will be shown. So these are called your cards, marks card. Okay, on the top, rows and columns. Rows and columns allows you to create like lot of column, here you can add columns and all. So whenever you add any column, okay, let's say I'm adding sales here. So just say sales here, rows. Now based on this column, whatever you add here, let's say segment. Now you have added one column, one row. Actually, one is your dimension, one is your measure. Now based on this, this is a view of the visualization. Now based on these two columns, what all visualizations can be created that are shown in show me option. So this is just a view of all the charts which shows you all the rows and like all the visualizations. So based on these two columns, what all visualizations can be created that are showing up here. So show me is very important thing. If you want this visualization to change to some other, then you can use it here. So I just want to do it on pie chart. So here you see just select on pie and here is your pie chart created. Okay. So this way what you do, you have created this pie chart and you want to put labels and everything. Same thing you do it here. So say just select, say labels. Okay. Your labels will show up here. Okay. So this way like we can do a lot of other things. So this using show me. I want to create another sheet where I want to create a map chart. So how I'll create a map chart? So just select the state column, select this. Automatically latitude and longitudes, okay, are selected here. I didn't select latitude and longitude. I just click on state, which is already having latitude and longitude data. So here you see latitude and longitude generated. So based on the selected state column itself, I just clicked on that. Automatically latitude and longitudes came up on map chart. Okay, so my data is related, since my data is related to US, automatically US data is showing up here. I can create India chart, India map, anything. So for that I have to separately configure the map files. For India I may not be having files directly. I have to load like extra files from external sources. Okay, so this way like I have created this thing. Okay, so now here we are getting like this. You can just change it to this view. Okay, here you are. So this way you have this thing. So this is like a way of doing the things like how you want to do it. Okay, so you can just play around this, zoom out, okay, or zoom in. Okay, here you have docking. Okay, here you have other options. Okay, this is for search, this is for pan, this is for rectangular selection, this is for circular selection, radial selection, and this is for lasso. Lasso is nothing but like whatever shape you want to create. So let me show you. This is quite important things. Okay, so lasso is like this. You can do any shape. Here you see? Yeah, like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is like important things which you should know, like how you can create the visualization. So using state column, latitude and longitude, I can only create map chart. No other visualization can be created using latitude and longitude. So this way, like we can do a lot of other things. So now on, like we'll start with each feature. So we'll go through each and every feature and charts. Okay, that we'll do it in the next session. So any doubts still here? Any questions in sheet 1, sheet 2, like whatever we have done, sales analysis and all?
No, I think I don't have any questions, but I think we need practice. Like I understand whatever you're explaining, but it needs practice.
Yeah, definitely you need, because like you have to do side by side. Okay, so then please I request you like so you can download the desktop version in your machine and start like, whatever I am explaining, do it your side at least 1 hour daily. If you can do within couple of months, like you can be a good expertise on this thing. You can have good hold on this particular software. Definitely, it's not that tough. Only thing you need just practice. People will ask you that how you do it, how do you do that, what you do to change the column, how do you do to create a calculation. That will come only with practice. I will tell you, you just listen and forget. You will not remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to connect tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we'll connect tomorrow, and at the same time, we'll see tomorrow.
Yes.